then his show goes on. And I text him, did you love it? And he texts back, I love it. And I love you, he said. I don't know why we don't talk. I can't stand texting, it's so cold. I love you. Don't you want to hear somebody say, I love you? I love you! Oh! So that's some of the things I'm doing. I'm off to Australia.
I know you didn't retire.
Battery.
So Orlando. Okay. Primitive Orlando is built on a swamp. That was so startling, I don't know where I am. What? Australia. So I'm off to Australia on Wednesday for 10 days. I'm doing a tour there. It's about me again. So that's where I'm off to Australia. And when I come back, I'm going to focus on the captains and get that ready. So that's what I'm doing. Give me a question. We got a microphone? Wait a minute, that's not a microphone.
We have a runner.
Oh, there. Are you at a microphone?
No, I'm going to run the microphone.
You're going to go take a look at it. Okay. Pick somebody out and let's see what you guys want to hear.
Put your hand up in the air, hon.
Please do it. Please do it.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh, I know it.
Is there somebody that we can contact in order to push the documentary to 5 hours?
Epics is a pay-per-view news station coming on. I don't know the location, but they're on the air. I mean, I just saw it actually advertised in the hotel. Actually, they'll come to your bedside and Epics. Well, let me ask you a question. First of all, I'll ask a question and make a statement, both at the same time, which is very difficult. In the captains, I'm going to be using Star Trek footage to emphasize something. I'm not quite sure what. A statement by the captain, a theme, and what we're going to do is I will not text. I will. What's the other? No. 48.
Twitter.
I will tweet. Think of everything. I will tweet you guys and everybody else to say I were to tweet. I need the best piece of a statement of faith by Captain Picard. Tell me what you like best in 148 characters. And expect that you all will respond with something you can think of that I might not be able to think of, referring to Captain Picard at a moment when he talks about God or whatever the subject matter is. I'm going to do that. I think at least 20 to 25 times in that hour and a half, I'll have a segment of film, of what the films were, either the series or the films, on that subject matter. So I'll need 10 seconds, say, of a segment that some of you will think of and tweet me back, we'd like to see such and such. And I will use, when I look at it, I will, in all likelihood, use your suggestion as to what those 10 seconds are. So I'm going to tweet you all what the problem is, what I need to do. You don't phone. Wait a minute. This could get chaotic. All right, simply put, now that I've got my thought out there, I'm going to tweet you. What? George, I'm going to tweet you. And I'm going to tweet you screw off. And in deference to the children that are here, the word screw is a euphemism. Okay? Here's what I want to do. Instead of a linear approach, captain by captain by captain, I want to weave in themes that were common to all the captains' conversations. Say it was about health. So pop, 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 they're talking about health. But I want to illustrate Captain Picard or Kate Mulgrew's captain. Janeway, Captain Janeway, thank you. I knew you were. Captain Janeway had something to say about health in one of the many segments that she had, but I don't know what it is. I'm going to treat you and people of your limited intelligence. George, tweet me the segment that you know of in Captain Janeway's speeches where she refers to health, and then I'll take a look at it and see if it applies. And I'm sure, given your depth of your understanding, that you will tweet me the correct pattern, and I'll use it. Got it? You gonna get it? No, seriously. You understand? Okay. I know. That's not the point.
No, you do.
Which will happen. Okay. So that's the statement of the question. Did that apply to anything that was asked? Continuing on. What's the next question?
I'm with Mr. Shatner. How are you doing? My name is Rodney. I'm from WFL.
Did you ask me how I'm doing?
Yes, I did. I was just being polite.
No. The question is, how am I?
How am I doing?
This afternoon, hear me speak in that cadence. That's an esoteric philosophical question, and we'll leave that up to you to answer.
All right, well, here's the actual question.
What?
Here's the actual question. You're supposed to say hi.
You got power mat because you got a microphone in there?
You've obviously done plenty of things in your career, such as commercials, the Commodore VIC-20, that was a classic, you did. We all know Priceline.com.
What's your question?
No, I was going to bring in Promise Margarine. I just wanted to say my father actually hired you.
My father.
Hired you for the commercial for Promise Margarine.
I used to get, my kids really liked it. Then I got, my father really likes it. Now I'm getting, my grandfather really likes it.
Anyway, the other question I have is, I have my father.
Let's get to the question, man.
Right. Oh, you signed his business card, and you signed mine.
What?
I have your autograph from 1976. Would you be willing to sign my business card? That's all.
$65!
What's your question?
That was the question.
Is that it? Is that the question? Am I going to sign it? No! I mean, I would have up till now, but up till now, which is on sale,
Next.
Are you at a loss? Thank God. If it might go to somebody else. I'll sign your thing. Not bad.
You can't back down.
Sir,
Yeah.
we all know, and we especially loved you as Captain Kirk, but I also thought you did some of your best and most brilliant comedic work on Boston Legal. As a Shatner fan, I want to know, is there any possible chance we might see Denny Crane again in some form or other, either literary or video?
You gotta let me know.
Denny Crane was the invention of David Kelly, who wrote the character. He wrote the, David Kelly's one of those rare people that are geniuses. He wrote The Practice, and then that funny amusing series.
Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal and The Practice in the same season. He wrote, and each season there's 22 shows, so there's 44 scripts. He wrote all 44. He received an Emmy in drama and in comedy in the same season. So that's how good David Kelly is. There's over 3 applause for David Kelly. I'd like to thank a number of people who bought it. So he invented it, but what happened was, and then I had breakfast with him one time, and he said, I got this character, would you play it? I knew David Kelly's reputation, so I said, I'll pay for breakfast. And then I went on and what happened? He had sort of this idea of this character, and I sort of developed the character. Really cool. And then he would watch me in Russia, which is the day before his work. The producers and directors all look at what they got for that day, the previous day. That's called Russia. So he would look at each day's Russians, and then he'd see what I was doing. He'd write some more in a little differently. And then I'd see what he was doing, and then I would, and it became really I don't know whether it's unique, because I don't know all the stories, but certainly it was unusual and unique in my life that the writer on a television show was creating, as the actor created, he created, and we together evolved this wonderful character. Apropos of that, time after time, he would write, and I would say something like, I'm saying, well, how are you, and it's good to see you, cue the music. And whenever I see that at the beginning, I thought somebody had to answer, like the director. To whom am I saying cue the music? I mean, I understand that it's like cue the music for the orchestra to come in over the film. I understand that, but to whom is the character speaking when he says cue the music? Is he looking at camera and says cue the music, or is he looking at the person and says cue the music? And how do you play cue the music? And the director, nobody's ever seen anything like that. I don't know. Try some. So I forgot what I did, but I would say cue the music. Not really quite understanding why I was saying cue the music. Well, in the 4th season, in the last season, beginning of the 5th year, he writes a speech in which this character says, I lived my life like it was a television show. Great explanation. Cue the music, he's sort of like self-dramatizing. Cue the music, and bring in the chorus girls. What a great thing. Had I known 4 years earlier how to play that, I'd have gone a little, in my life it's like a television show. So I fire guns, I shoot people down. It's like I'm watching TV, but it's my life. What a great aspect of the character. Never knew it until about the 3rd to last show.